guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jazzy. So I'm bringing you guys my February favorites. I can't believe the month went by. I feel like every month I'm saying that. And you guys, we're literally a year, like almost a year from when the pandemic started. So that is mind-blowing. But let's just hop on in to some of my favorites of the month because honestly, there are a lot. As you guys know, my foot has been sprained, so I have done a lot of watching of TV, a lot of watching movies. I narrowed it down to some of my favorites though, because some of them, honestly, I did a lot of dud watching this month. I watched a lot of shows that like I didn't even really like, but you know how you get into them and then like you have to finish them. So I'm not going to tell you the negative stuff, but I am going to tell you all of the good things that like I watched, did, all of that. I've got a couple of new categories thrown in there this time, so this one should be fun. So let's just hop on into it, guys. Okay, so my favorite show of the month, you guys. I actually haven't watched a lot of shows this month because we've been watching more movies. Like, I don't know why we were in like a movie kick for some reason, which I'm totally okay with because I love watching movies. But we started the show House of Cards and we're only like 2 episodes into it so far, but that's really good. I'm not going to like jump the gun and recommend it to you guys because I did that once with Mr. Mayor, you guys, and I apologize for anybody that went out and started watching Mr. Mayor because we watched 2 episodes of it when I recommended it to you guys, and then like the 3rd and the 4th episode we were like, we don't like this is not good. And I don't know why, because I love Ted Danson. He's usually so good in these movies, or these TV shows, but not a fan. So Mr. Mayor, look, I said I wasn't going to talk about the negatives, and here I am. But we did like House of Cards. And then on my own this month, you guys, I watched the show The Sinner, and if you guys haven't watched the earlier seasons, definitely recommend the earlier seasons. This season was good, but it wasn't nearly as good as the earlier seasons, I don't feel. And also trigger warning on that show, like up and down, left and right, all sorts of trigger warnings because that show is triggering in so many ways, but it was also really good. And I've been really avoiding watching those like scary shows because I usually can't sleep after I watch them, but for some reason I was actually able to sleep pretty well after watching The Sinner. I actually binge watched that in one day, or no, yeah, in one day. It was like I watched half an episode the first day, and then the second day I binged the whole thing, and I don't know, it was pretty good. But I will say the first couple of seasons were better, and I'm still dying to watch Firefly Lane, so I'm gonna watch that next, and we'll see if I like that for next month. I'll probably have that on the list if I like it. But moving on to my favorite movies of the month. So like I said, we watched a lot of movies this month, and when I say a lot, I mean like I don't even know if I can remember most of them because we watched so many. But one of them that really stood out for me was War Dogs, and I don't feel like I've ever seen that movie before. It's got Jonah Hill and some other guy in it. I don't remember what the guy's name is, but that movie was really, really funny, and yeah, it had us laughing the whole time. It was so good. And then we also already went over, you guys, that I watched To All the Boys I Loved Before, Always and Forever, and oh, such a good movie. I actually watched it twice, and it was so good. And then we went back into the archives, or archives, however you pronounce that, and we watched P.S. I Love You because I kept mentioning P.S. I Love You in my video when I was talking about To All the Boys I Loved Before, and actually I never even told Dominic that I was doing that, but he threw it on for Valentine's Day because it's literally my favorite movie ever, and I cried like a baby. Like if there's one movie that can make me cry all the time, it's P.S. I Love You. So highly recommend P.S. I Love You. I don't think it's on any streaming services though, so I apologize. But War Dogs is definitely on Netflix, and it was so good. And then we also watched all of the Ocean's movies. I know I just told you I wasn't going to tell you the things that I didn't like, but I could have done without seeing the Ocean's movies. We watched Ocean 1, 2, and no, we only watched, well, it's not 1. Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12, and then we didn't watch Ocean's 13 yet. But like Ocean's 11 was okay, but I just don't know why people rave about it so much. It really wasn't that good. So anyway, moving along, you guys. Moving on to my favorite buys of the month. Oh my gosh, you guys. I did have a lot of good buys this month, if I'm being honest. Like my headbands, you all know how much I loved those. And actually I have them right here even. But these headbands, so stinking cute, and they just like look so cute on too. How cute is that? I'm not gonna leave it on, but it is really adorable. And like I said, I think they were only like $8.99 when I bought them, but then by the time I shared them with you guys, they were $12.99. but I'll link those below. And then also another buy that was amazing this month was my embroidery kit. Anybody that watches my vlogs already kind of knows all of this information, but you guys, I love it. It's so much fun. I knew I would like embroidery because like I've been looking at that for so long, like other people doing embroidery, but it's so relaxing. I was just looking for something that I could, you know, do in bed because I can't move very well right now. You guys, also, let me just update you. I can move. Like, I am doing a lot better. I'm just trying really hard to be careful because Dominic and I have a trip planned to visit my parents, and I don't want to be completely incapable of doing things, so I'm just like trying to baby my foot right now, and it does still hurt if I'm being honest, but it doesn't hurt nearly as bad as it once did, so that's a huge plus. But because I'm trying to baby it, I decided to order this embroidery kit, and yeah, it was cool. I love it. I've been working on it. I'm not very far into it because it's taking me a little bit, but I highly recommend, and if any of you decide to do embroidery, please let me know because I need some embroidery friends because I know it's like such a weird thing to do, but it's so relaxing. Like I just like do it while I'm on the phone or like while I'm watching a show. Oh, it's so relaxing, you guys. So highly recommend embroidery. I know that's an odd one. And then moving on to my favorite foods of the month. So Dominic has been getting me muffins this month, you guys. I have not been doing hot when it comes to eating bread. I have been eating bread like a mad woman, and mostly that's because I don't know what else to eat, if I'm being honest. With my foot the way that it is, I can't like cook or anything, so I've just not been eating very well at all. Like I have totally not been eating well, which is okay. It's fine. We allow yourself to eat the bread if you want, but I'm just not used to eating as much bread as I've been eating because it's hard for me to make things, so it's just easy for me if Dominic picks me up something that's like I can just grab and eat, or like making a sandwich is a little bit easier than like cooking myself up a meal. But I'm not gonna lie, I miss cooking. I miss cooking so much. So, but anyway, he's got me these muffins and I'm hooked on them. I forgot how much I love muffins. I used to eat them all the time growing up. When my mom and dad would like go to Sam's Club, they have these big honkin' muffins there. These blueberry ones, oh my gosh, it's so good. You cut them in 4s and then you put them in the microwave and you put a little bit of butter on them, or don't. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I always regret putting the butter on them, but they're so good. So highly recommend the ones from Sam's Club, but Dominic has been getting them from Walmart for me because we don't go to Sam's Club that often. So he picks them up for me whenever I'm out, and oh, I just love muffins. They just give me that nostalgic feeling. And then also another thing that I've been making a lot, I'm sorry you guys, my pets are like so loud today. Literally, they're running everywhere. They need to eat their food right now. They need to scratch the scratching post. It's just a whole thing right now. But Sunday, what are you doing? Get over here. Come here. Sorry, you guys. I didn't even know she was over there. That's it. So anybody that's new here, that's my dog's name. I don't think many of you are new here. Honestly, I don't even know if you guys like these favorites videos. I just keep putting them out because I love doing that. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Hi, baby. Back to what I was saying. I love muffins. Was that what I was saying? I can't remember. Oh, yeah, I remember now. So also what I've been making, I've been using my skillet that my parents got us for Christmas, and I've been making bacon and eggs on it. Oh, so good. So good. Or like a little bacon and egg sandwich, which now that I think of it, I suppose like I could eat healthy, but I keep putting bread with it. Like I make the bacon and egg and then I put the English muffin with it. So that's on me. That's on me. I just really like bread this month apparently. But I can't wait till my foot is better so I can like walk again, you guys. I am so missing exercise because I think normally if I were to eat like this much bread, I would be okay with it because I would be moving more, but because I'm like just sitting here like a potato all the time, I'm like, okay, I'm eating too much bread. But anyway, moving on to, oh, not moving on. Also, Dominic made us Cubans, and oh, he made them for us twice. They were so good. They were chef inspired, the show Chef. We're still watching that, by the way. So they were inspired by that show, and oh my gosh, so good. I'll put a video up on screen of it, or a picture. I think I only got a picture of it. Moving right along to my favorite social media accounts this month, you guys. So the social media accounts that I've been looking at most. Also, Anybody else, I don't know if you guys have been having this issue, but my social media has not been showing me people. Like, I look them up, like even people I'm following. So like, I'll look up people that I'm following, like Nick Jonas, for example. If you go to look up Nick Jonas, try it. Maybe it's fixed by now by the time I post this video, but he's not popping up. I wasn't looking up Nick Jonas, though. Don't get me wrong, I would look up Nick Jonas, but I was looking up somebody from The Bachelor, and she wasn't popping up, and I know I'm following her, so what is that all about? And then I posted about it in one of the groups that I'm in, and the girls commented and said, like, Nick Jonas isn't even showing up. That's how I know, you guys. Don't think I'm out here looking up Nick Jonas. I'm way cooler than that, looking up The Bachelor world. But anyway, speaking of The Bachelor world, I don't want to be controversial here, but are we all canceling Chris Harrison, or what's going on there? Because I'm here for it, if I'm being honest. Not that I don't like Chris Harrison, but we don't like racism on this neck of the internet. So we're not here for what he said. I'm not here for what he said. I'm sorry. I'm not going to get passionate about it, but I'm just not here for it. So anyway, social media accounts. Back to what I was telling you guys. My favorite social media account of the month, one that I have been watching over and over and over again, is Pretty in the Pines. So I started following this girl. Her name is Shelby, and she actually has a YouTube channel as well. So I started following her last year when we were moving into this apartment because I wanted to learn how to like do different decor things, and I found her YouTube video somehow, and then I found her on Instagram, and she actually lives in New York City, and I have been dreaming of living in New York City so much this month. I don't know what's wrong with me this month, but I've just been like, I think it's because I can't walk. Like, can you imagine if I lived in New York City right now? Like, I can't move, so it would be really tough. But so thankfully I don't, obviously, but I think I've just been like craving that. Like, I'm craving going to the city, because usually we are able to visit at least once a year, I mean, but we haven't been able to because of the pandemic, which is fine, but it does suck a little bit. And so anyway, back to what I was telling you about her social media. Her social media is so awesome. Like, literally all of her pictures are gorgeous. She just moved from the apartment that she moved into when I started following her into this new apartment in New York City, and it's so pretty. I love it so much. I'm like so obsessed because like her view is so beautiful. And then you guys, I also found this other social media account called Husky on the Porch is what it's called. I actually found it from Pretty in the Pines, and it was crazy. This husky sits on the porch, and his owner, I'll throw a picture up on here. His owner has like a picture up that says like tag Husky on the porch or whatever on your Instagram thing, and it's just so cute. It's so cool that like he has like his own little Instagram account that people actually tag him in because they walk by the porch and he sticks his little head out of the thing. It's so cute. So anyway, that's another one that I've just been, this is just recent, me being obsessed with Husky on the Porch, but me being obsessed with Pretty in the Pines has been, that's a long-term thing, you guys, and I don't know, see me one day living in New York City. Probably not though, because Dominic is not about that life. So anyway, moving on to my favorite song of the month. Ooh, you guys, my favorite song of this month, I just found it a couple of days ago, and it's called Perspective by Bailey Bryan, and everybody just don't pause the video, but at the end of this video, go look that song up. It is so great, and like, I don't know, it just, she says something in it like, all the other guys like pin my wings to the floor. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. All those before pinned my, I don't know, I don't remember, but it's something close to that, and I just love that so much. And basically she's talking about how like the person she's with now is like lets her spread her wings and be a butterfly, basically. So it's not as cheesy as I'm saying, but definitely look that song up. It is so cute and just reminds me so much of Dominic. Okay, so the next category is my favorite new YouTuber, and this is actually inspired by one of my lovely subscribers and friends here on YouTube. Her name is Lynn. She actually made a whole video where she shouts out like her favorite YouTubers, and she put me in it, and I was just so like happy. It just made me feel so good. I've never been like put in someone's video like that. And so that was really cool. So everybody go follow her. She's amazing and she's so cute. She has just like this cute little voice. She's so adorable. So everybody needs to follow her. I've been on the journey with her. Like, I remember her first comment on my video. I remember it very vividly, and like I'm just so proud to see where she is now from back then where she was. So yeah, everybody go follow her. But the real person that I was going to shout out for my favorite new find, because obviously I have been following Crystal for a very long time, but my favorite new follow is Carla Kiley. So she is new to YouTube, it seems. I actually found her because she followed me on Instagram, and then I followed her back, and then I saw she posted a video, and I don't know. I'm always looking for new YouTubers, and especially ones that like I can relate to, I suppose you could say. So I went in obviously to check out her videos, and her videos are so good. She's so great in front of the camera. Apparently she used to be a photographer or videographer, videographer I think, and she still is, not that she used to be, but a lot of her channel is like her old videography of like wedding videos, which I binge those because they're gorgeous. But she also has a bunch of different videos on her channel. She's actually very similar to me when it comes to the content she puts out, and her delivery is very wholesome. Like, she emits a warm energy and we love that kind of person. So I highly recommend you guys check out her channel. She is just gorgeous, first of all, and also like everything she stands for is exactly what I would want you guys to be following. And also follow her over on Instagram as well, because some of the captions that she posts they speak to me so much, you guys. So anyway, moving on, now that I have talked your ears off, I am going to tell you guys my favorite comment of the month, and this one's going to be different than normal, you guys. Normally I go for the more heartfelt comments, and don't get me wrong, I love them. They are my favorite comments ever. But I got this comment, you guys, and it had me dying laughing. I showed it to Dominic, and I was like, I don't know if they're joking or if they're being sarcastic or what, but they made me laugh so hard. So I post boohoo hauls, as you guys know, and I had somebody comment on it. One of you, I don't know actually if you're like somebody that follows me religiously or not, or if you'll see this video, but either way, it just made me laugh so hard. Literally, they commented on my video. Give me a second, I'm gonna pull it up. So the title of the video is called Massive Boohoo Haul. And they say, the clothes are a little on the bigger size, but it's a bit harsh to call them massive. And I was just dying. Like, literally, I don't know if they were making fun of me, but I don't know. I think it's just so funny because I feel like they were just being funny. It was so funny. So I thought that was hilarious, and that is the one that I chose to share this time, apparently. So I love you guys, and I hope you guys are having a good month. Moving on into March, I hope that things start to look up for all of us. I know a lot of us are dealing with some like depression, seasonal depression or whatever, and I'm hopeful that we are able to pull through, and if we're not, at least we're doing it together and able to just get through this life together. We are going, like I said at the beginning of this video, we're going on a year since the pandemic started, and I know that's going to be a really hard mark for most people. So hopefully, oh, I can't believe I forgot to mention this. I forgot to mention my favorite podcast. So my favorite podcast of the month, if you guys, hopefully, if whoever decided to stay for my outro, you're going to get to know what my favorite podcast is. But I just started listening to a podcast called That Remote Life. I'm in a Facebook group on Facebook. Of course. I'm in a group on Facebook about traveling, and this girl posted in it and said that her husband started this podcast, and it's called That Remote Life, and they're like a nomad. Like, they like literally like basically live wherever. Like, they just travel and live, and they both work digitally or remotely, I suppose you could say. That's probably the better term for it. And so he records like these podcasts with different other people that live the nomad life, and I have only listened to 2 of the episodes so far, but so far I really like his outlook, and yeah, he's just really interesting. So highly recommend you guys, and that's like a little different than the ones that I normally recommend for podcasts, but it's really good. And I don't typically lean toward men podcasts. I just don't usually they don't usually resonate for me, but I am really pleased that I actually like his podcast like a lot. So if you guys want to check that out, you should. And also don't forget to follow me over on Instagram and subscribe to this channel if you haven't subscribed already. Alright guys, I will see you next time.